Hello guys and welcome to the ProDota Cup by Smashcast TV. We are back with game number 2 of the first series of the day between Big Fan and Midas Club Elite. In this best of 2, Midas Club Elite is fighting for their qualifying spot, seeing they can at least remain in this tournament for a bit longer. And for now, it seems like they will, as they already win this first match against Big Fan. Just need to win a second one to get those valuable 2 points and actually tie against the guys from Big Fan. We will be, of course, casting this ProDota Cup American tournament for the whole night today, and it is sponsored by XBet. So if you want to bet on your favorite ProDota Cup team, I'd like to recommend to you our proud sponsor, XBet. XBet offers live betting on all ProDota Cup matches, offering the best odds and the highest payouts. Win with XBet, use bonus code BOUNTYX to deposit and get €100 free. Now, that said, guys, we will be now getting into the draft. Before we do so, allow me to present myself. My name is DSwordfish, and today I'll be casting here with Vätte. How are you doing, my friend?
Seems like Big Fan got a chance for a recovery, and they're starting out with the Doxia and Nightstalk, a very powerful dual lane, I guess, because it is the same idea as behind the Spirit Breaker plus Doxia, as far as I understand, to dominate the lane, create space for Doxia, probably get a kills in the early game on the weak supports. But from side of a Midas Club Elite, we see Disruptor plus Spirit Breaker, and I'm questioning if actually Big Fan will be able to destroy this lane, because these both supports are pretty, well, not that tanky. Disruptor doesn't have that much of armor, for example, but he still gets quite a lot of an HP. Same for the Spirit Breaker. And Venomancer on the top lane, so whoever will be on the off lane for Midas Club Elite will have to deal with a nasty Venomancer. In the previous game we saw Veno against Earthshaker, and as far as we understood, Earthshaker wasn't that successful. But what if you're putting actually a ranged hero against the Venomancer with your own summons? Good idea by Midas Club Elite. Plus, once again, Global Presence, Spirit Breaker, plus Nature's Prophet. Yeah. 2 additional people in every single gank.
I mean, we've seen how effective this combination is with Nature's Prophet playing in an off-laner that even doesn't really bother with his lane too much, even gets a couple early points in Teleport and Sprout over the Maxing Trains build. So, like, you go 1-1-1 at first by level 3, and then max Nature's Call a bit afterwards. And that's really effective because of course, Nature's Prophet being able to gank with Spirit Breaker all over the map. Disruptor is also a great ganker, especially against single targets, so it works as well as Winter Wyvern. He should be able to dominate the lane himself, especially if they do go for that Thunderstrike build that has been working now okay for Midas Club Elite. And now Big Fan, to counter this, one of those heroes that has a great zone up potential, amazing at Spirit Breaker, and of course a bit of pushing power as well, the hero at the position 5.
Well, for the Big Fan, I guess idea is simple. If you don't want to deal with the solo pickups with Spirit Breaker and Nature's Prophet appearing out of nowhere, you can just get a pushing 5-man lineup with the Doxia, with his Grease, Venomancer, and Jakiro. Pushing towers will be easy and fun, but from side of a Midas Club Elite, question is what we will see as their carry. So we already know that carry will have to deal with the Doxia. We already saw Bloodseeker actually being played against Doxia previously, and it was Team Wolf against Midas Club Elite, and there is a Lycan. Well, why you have to deal with the push if you can outpush them with the Lycan? A lot of sustain from their side, plus a lot of summons. Seems like an interesting idea from side of Midas Club Elite.
This is genuinely so nasty. Lycan plus Nature's Prophet is like, hey, let's attack these creeps. Okay, sounds good. How? Oh, actually, these creeps are attacking me. I'm gonna die. And Lycan has the insane amount of pushing power. Not a global hero per se, but his high movement speed when he's shapeshifted, and the fact that it lasts quite a while allows him to actually go all over the map without suffering much about that. And of course, you also add to that the insane amount of regen, allowing him to stay alone in lane without much trouble against any enemy offlaner, like in this case of Darkseer. Because you can actually, Lycan together with Bloodseeker, probably one of the few heroes that can just last hit the Darkseer creeps without much trouble. And with a Quelling Blade and the nice attack animation, Lycan has such a smooth attack animation. You're able to last hit creeps despite the fact that you're being hitting the Iron Shell constantly and still keep the lane control going, which is a big issue when you're fighting against a Darkseer. So, Big Fan now banning out the Invoker as the last spam. What could Midas Club Elite ban here? They're missing a mid. Actually, what mids are good for both teams?
Oh, that's actually a good question. So both teams are kind of because they're like, okay, there are plenty of things which can be picked up in this game. There is some kind of a classic clean Quop still in there, but I don't know.
Yeah, Lina and Quap. I think maybe actually a Zeus is not too bad for Midas Club Elite, just in the global strat range of it. You also do have a lot of magical damage. Only issue is Night Stalker could.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're banning out Buck, so not that much of a control over Lycan. And what's sad from Big Fan now, they got no ways to deal with the Lycan and Shapeshift.
I reckon that Buck is also banned is because maybe they're planning on picking up the Lina. One of the few heroes that can actually beat the Lina in lane. Pretty strong against Night Stalker in general. Lina's just most of the time. Abita does like playing a Lina. That might be the reason. Because Puck does beat the lane against again. Oh, Queen of Pain. Okay. Close enough, close enough. Still a magical damage dealer, and maybe now Big Fan decide to run the Lina themselves.
Yeah, could be a decent pickup for a mid lane. Yet I'm not sure how well are they going to do there. So Night Stalker is actually quite good against Queen of Pain, especially in the night. There is a silence, plus by the time Lina will be at least level 4 or 5, maybe actually more. I think at least she will get her Laguna by minute 6. So Queen of Pain turns into an easy kill, but there is a Nature's Prophet plus Spirit Breaker from side of Midas Club Elite. But if it's going to be a Lina, well, Queen of Pain is not the tankiest hero in the game, so she'll be bursted down before Midas Club Elite will be able to do anything to save her, actually. There's not that much time left for Big Fan.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna go for. Storm? Actually, that's a questionable pick. Queen of Pain can easily transition into the Orchid build. Static Storm already really harsh on Storm Spirit. Spirit Breaker hard to stun the Storm Spirit, and I guess the Sprat doesn't do much, but they do have enough damage, and with another strike as well to stop him. It can be powerful, but they have a lot of tools as well to gank him, and we still suffer from the same thing. I think we saw this in another game. I don't recall. It was Queen of Pain with Spirit Breaker. It might have been Team Wolf that was playing that. And they just crushed the Storm Spirit early on in the lane, and he took so long to snowball or to get his items that eventually in the late game he was still completely useless because he couldn't really recover with the proper amount of farm. I don't know, that Storm doesn't seem to convince me too much. His laning phase is really weak, and you don't have the best heroes to really help him out. The Night Stalker until minute 4 won't be able to help him out. Jakiro, similarly, doesn't really want to rotate from the lane too early, and Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker can just get level 1 kills all the time, especially with Nature's Prophet joining in and getting free farm out of the Storm.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Lycan can actually deal with Doxy on his own. Venomancer doesn't deal with Nature's Prophet that well on his safe lane, so in this game I actually favor Midas Club Elite pick by far, to be honest.
We'll see. We'll see if the execution is equally as good as the draft, because I do agree Midas Club Elite seems like a better pick, but it does depend as well as how well they can play this global strat. The Nature's Prophet is as good, because we have seen MJW play a mean Nature's Prophet, really good on that hero, but it does depend a lot on your game sense a lot. So if you don't get constant kills and whatnot, that would be... It starts not being so effective. Venomancer should still win the lane against Nature's Prophet. Actually, especially with the current build, if you don't go for Maxing Plague Wards first, Nature's Prophet might be able to punish you because he does have a considerable amount of range and a good amount of damage, which means up to level 3 Plague Wards are the only ones that will actually be able to sustain some damage from the Nature's Prophet. Otherwise, it's going to be free farm for this man.
Oh, what an unfortunate sequence of events for a Nature's Prophet. Oh, he actually manages to find the way for his treants through the forest. They could have been stuck there forever. The Liquor plays Spirit Breaker and rotating to the top lane, and that's actually an interesting choice. So, how's it going to be? Question is, the Spirit Breaker with Disruptor will rotate bottom later on, or they will remain there with an aggressive tri-lane?
Aggressive tri-lane with Natures? That could work, actually. I can see that working.
We've seen it. We've seen that by the Planet Dog, I think.
Was it? In the EU Cup, you mean? Yeah, could be. I mean, fucking himself is a pretty good hero to stay in lane alone, right? So with the Feral Impulse, you know, the Wolves even... Actually, sorry, no Wolves, so you don't actually level that up anymore. The Howl to get the extra health onto the Iron Shell. Should be okay against a Darkseer alone. I don't think... Unless the Night Stalker starts ganking him a lot early, they shouldn't need to rotate too much. The issue, though, is I think the Night Stalker is probably going to start either mid lane or bottom, and once he realizes Lycan is alone, he's definitely going to just rotate to the bottom lane, and even if it's not nighttime, they'll still have the Iron Shell damage. Now, top lane, they stun Cash. They have enough damage for him. They just call a bit of blocking, and they actually do get enough damage to kill off Cash. Thanks to the Howl, they're able to get the first blood for Teolikor. And we see dances going everywhere here for this team.
Well, Nice Duck actually starts out on the bottom lane. They know that there's an aggressive lane on top, so there is no help for this Lycan, but actually fucking A is prepared for everything. He got 8 tangles plus healing self, and now he got help of his trustworthy friend Pekko. Well, I'm not sure if Disruptor can actually do something on this lane, because both Doxy and Nightstalker, they are fairly fast, especially with the boots, and Pekka may turn into prey here with the double Iron Shell from side of a big fan, and now, look at him, he's trying to run away from the Nightstalker, but there is such a long duration in it. It feels like, will he actually dive this? No, he doesn't want to dive under the tower, and that's the last tangle for Disruptor. No more sustain for him. Well, probably Lycan will share one of his 7 tangles. Life will be better.
Yeah, here what happened there was you don't really want to dive against a Disruptor because he can punish you so easily. He does have a pretty decent movement speed in the early game, even if he is slower than Nightstalker in general, especially if Nightstalker starts with boots, but should be able to punish you with his decent attack damage and whatnot. You still have the Howl for surprise HP, because the Howl just gives you raw HP once it's activated, and of course the extra damage from the tower. It's a bit early to dive, especially with an Iron Shell only level 1. But here in the mid lane, they're actually left alone. Papita versus Gunner, and Papita's destroying Gunner, even playing with him here a bit, getting that final hit on the Shadow Strike, and solo kill onto him. Oh, Courier? Oh no, okay.
On 13 HP, almost died to creeps Papita in his blood rage. Completely forgot that there is a small, trustworthy animal with the items for him running through the mid lane. Nightstalker steals the bounty rune in the jungle, and maybe it's time to rotate to the mid lane. Papita doesn't have that much of mana now, but he got clarity on him. And well, Invis rune. Maybe that's a chance. Maybe that's the chance.
The objective is to go for Gunner in the mid lane. Gunner, difficult position. The Shadow Strike slowing him down. And Papita, with the Howl damages, enough to finish him off. The only core will actually get the skill. And in comes KXZH, but he is unable to get any sort of counter kill because Papita still has the Fairy Fire. And he's still a Queen of Pain. Hits pretty hard early on with the Null Talisman.
Yeah, 3 kills for the Midas Club Elite, even though lane seem more sustainable from side of a big fan, especially with the Nightstalker. And even though he tried to do something, he didn't do anything literally with his Invis rune. But whom he actually can kill with this Invis rune on the mid lane, there is a Queen of Pain. He got 0 points in a Crippling Fear, so kill is not possible. The only one hero which can die actually is a Disruptor, but only if you will get a double Ion Shell and try to just run at him. But I'm not sure. Maybe they will try to do this on the bottom lane, but with the in 1 minute with a Knight, or actually earlier.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea. Glimpse back to the poor Darks here. That'll be a good idea. Wait till the nighttime when they actually have the Hunter and the Knight. He's actually not getting any levels anyway, so in case he doesn't need a Crippling Fear by any chance. And maybe even help the mid lane once it's nighttime, because you do need Gunner to stop dying, because this charge might just finish him off a second time. It's a really slow charge. This time they do come with the help of that Greater Strike. Or Greater Bash, sorry, Gunner. Let's see if he's lucky with those bashes. Nope, Teoli Core is going to dive this too hard, and he's going to go down, being punished by that final Void. Papita himself has 4 seconds to do a blink. They might be able to kill him off. A Void in 2 seconds. Papita eats the Fairy Fire, and will survive by the last second blink.
Well, finally, Gunner is not dying on the mid lane with a 3-man rotation from side of a big fan, but Lycan actually is a very interesting counter pick and not the most obvious one against the Nightstalker, because Howl got a double effect in the Knights, and all these ganks can be stopped with one Howl from Lycan.
What? Wow. I never read that part. That is ridiculously strong. Now I understand. Anyway, that is a really good point, actually. That Howl getting a double effect in the night is really effective against the guys at Big Fan, and especially when you're trying to gank in the night, the HP bonus more than the damage bonus is okay, especially if you're diving towers, but it's really the HP bonus is amazing. Nightstalker thinks he got you, he dives under the tower thinking he can kill you, and boom, surprise, Howl extra raw HP, and you can't really bring him down. Now, Vita in the mid lane is really close to the Sonic Wave. Do you think he can attack, kill the Storm once he's got it? Probably.
Well, I'm not sure about this. Well, maybe with the help from Nature's Prophet,
yeah,
or at least someone. But there is already a Nightstalker camping on mid lane, so Papita probably doesn't want to use his blink offensively.
True, the charge is coming to the bottom lane instead, trying to get some pressure onto this Darkseer. Clever. They're trying to force this Night Stalker away from the mid lane, and here it goes. Enough, taking a lot of damage from that Thunderstrike. Ooh, they want to push him away from the Shrine, but won't be able to. In the end, enough will heal enough to survive this. And ZXH wants to destroy Teolikor. Let's see if they can manage. They have a lot of damage with the Iron Shells. Teolikor is able to survive this. Thinks he still has the charge, and he's going to charge. Who is he charging? Oh, there's just the creeps in the mid lane to just get away. That's fine. And the Night Stalker's not giving up. He still wants to get this kill. Sees Teolikor just barely under the night, because he can still fly. Maybe he can get this kill with a Void. Good usage of the trees. Teolikor trying to just run away. And there he got it. The charge was enough. He'll just go in between the two towers. Oh, but Night Stalker's committing to this. One last Void. He still has the Magic Stick. Should be able to heal up. And in the end, the Spirit Breaker will finally survive.
Well, that's pretty unfortunate for the Night Stalker, but hey, he's not giving up, getting a bounty rune, and probably they will try to kill Nature's Prophet on the top lane with Venomancer. But look at this, 3 points and Treants, and Treants are actually outzoning Venomancer so hard. There is no escape. They just keep on chasing him. The poor snake needs to retreat. Well, time to ask for help, I guess. No need to be proud, Zingle. Just ask your supports to punish Lelis. He can't do that to you.
Careful, Zingle, though. He's being charged right now. They might be able to. I don't know if they can get this kill. Actually, might be just Lelis that goes down here. Yep, dual breath. The charge will complete in time, trying to TP away, but the Void, of course, cancels it. Of course, they're gonna cancel your TP, and he actually might just finish. Oh God, oh God, oh that play by I'm a big fan, stressing out, using both stuns, and then the second teleport actually saves it. Now Queen of Pain comes in, still a Sonic Wave, uses on Zingle, destroys him, as Teolikor finds the dragon, Jakiro, being bashed down, no lucky bash, second hits the charm, there it is, Papita with a Shadow Strike, no need it, as you have this Queen of Pain to finish him off regardless. And the bottom lane, Lycan coming into this, they have Thunderstrike to get perfect vision, the Glimpse not available, and fucking Ed decides, let's not dive him, we've given him enough.
Well, that was a very fortunate TP from Nature's Prophet, I must admit, but I guess this one last bash from Charge on Spirit Breaker may have saved the Lelis' life. That was there was a hit from Night Stalker, but bam,
I don't know.
No way.
I think that part actually was a bit messed up by the it was really messy by the Ice Path and Void putting out at the same time, knowing that Nature's Prophet, of course, TP'd first. You TP in form of the Night Stalker, which I can now understand was to taunt out the stun and then use teleport. But if he has 2 stuns, that should just be impossible. The Ice Path came as a surprise, and oh no, the Poison Noah missed. It might be able to kill him anyway. He used the charge. Now, can he survive this? He won't be able to TP in time. This time he just gives up on life, and as the charge comes in and completes, Teolikor is forced to just run away. And let's see if the Void can at least help finish off this character, but they're not gonna have enough damage to do so.
Yeah, Lycan is doing superiorly good on the bottom lane, even though he stands against the Darkseer. It was kind of a threat to all the melee carries. Well, there's a charge on enough glimpse, but Spirit Breaker is actually so far. There is no kinetic field or anything which can possibly stop enough, but there's a TP from Nature's Prophet on the high ground, trapping him in the sprouts. Here comes the Hall, summons. Wow, that's a lot of damage, and maybe it's time to take the tower then. Yeah, well, if Nature's Prophet actually came there, well, why not?
That was a really good block. That was a really good block by the guys at Midas. Ensuring Lelis TPing at the right time, getting the Sprout. Again, let's talk about this build, because we didn't really talk about it in the first game, but this Disruptor build of maxing Thunderstrike and Glimpse, getting no points in kinetic field. Why exactly? Especially with the Darkseer, it's really useful against them. I don't understand why you wouldn't get a single point in kinetic field, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still maxing Glimpse, which is okay. But
well, you kind of want to ensure, yeah, the kill. Oh, not be possible, but meanwhile on the mid lane, Ghana actually tries to dodge the charge, and there is no Nether Strike or Spirit Breaker, and he may get punished. Ghana, will he get a revenge kill? But it actually TPs out on the top lane.
Wow. And Teolikor actually survives. In the top lane, they even get a kill Papita, TPing from the mid, by the way, from a kill that was almost secured onto him, and he instead gets a kill onto Zingle. What a fantastic job Papita's doing right now. No surprise, Papita comes from a really strong team, and he's showing off why he used to play mid lane so well. And with this, the Night Stalker trying to fight against Lelis, now finding him instead, and the guys from Midas Club Elite will just run away.
Well, I'm afraid that I'm seeing the same situation which happened in the previous game, when the top 3 net worths were the 3 cores from side of a Midas Club Elite. And that's a scary part.
Yeah, it is.
Meanwhile, Night Stalker dying to Pepita once again. Oh, nope. Lelis actually steals the
kill secured. Kill secured, yeah. He was gonna get away, couldn't you see there? Yeah, Zingle also dying in the top lane. Too much damage. Let us actually choose. So there are 2 options there. You can either hit him or you can dance. And he chooses to dance before hitting him, just, you know, for style points there. Add psychological damage. In the mid lane, I'm gonna do the same against this hero. Ice Bath and Cash will go down as well, with the Scream of Pain destroying him.
Any chance to see beyond 20 kills on Pepita in this game?
Maybe. I think the game is just gonna finish before that. No, it could be. Papita's doing a really good job right now. Also utilizing the runes very well. We haven't really talked about this very much, but he's using those haste, arcane runes, now the regen as well, to ensure that, well, he always takes advantage of those runes whenever he grabs them. And of course, it's amazing rune control against the Storm Spirit, which does only level 1 Ball Lightning, which is relatively slow, all things considered. The Blink on the Queen of Pain at insane range is much, much more powerful. And she already has or can grab the Veil of Discord if she chooses. Actually, no, she's gonna decide to go directly for the Orchid, considering the amount of domination she's having early on in the game. Really good idea, I think.
He does a lot of damage even without this Veil of Discord, and when you're ensuring an early Orchid on your Queen of Pain, it's so hard for Storm Spirit to actually do anything in this game. He already got shut down in the mid lane quite considerably, and look at Pepita, he keeps on chasing Cash, being Ice Path. Oh, maybe that was too deep for his taste. Lelis, meanwhile, keep on hitting Cash.
Oh, it's never too deep for the Queen of Pain, apparently, as Pepita is now being chased by Gunner. There's the charge. She needs one more blink, but the magic stick will save her. Gunner is now being stunned out. The only core comes in as the savior, and he's only like 2 XP away from that Nether Strike. Pepita wants to fight the Sonic Wave, hits Gunner. Surprise! As Gunner goes down, and Pepita now fighting it's enough, but he should be able to survive. His magic stick is still there. Kinetic Field misses the Darkseer, but the Ice Path also misses Pepita. And with this, can they get the final kill into the Darkseer? I don't think so. Pekko might have to sacrifice his life here. Fucking A joined in, but has no shapeshift. Can now activate if he chooses to do so, but it's a bit too late as his partner is already dead. And in the end, Big Fan will finally get that kill they so loved onto Disruptor and the Spirit Breaker. But again, no kill on Pepita.
Yeah, there is a 7 kill streak on this Queen of Pain, and wow, Orchid will be fairly fast. By the minute, 15 minutes, I think. 15, 16 minutes, and there will be a Queen of Pain with Power Threads, Double Null, and Orchid. Hard to beat that. Hard to beat that. And there is going to be actually a double Orchid. Lelis is also going for this one. Oh, that will be a hard game. Hard game for the Big Fan. They're jumping on Cash, but the poor Dragon is even unable to use the Ice Buff. Nether Strike on Zingle. He tries to reach to the Shrine, but there is no Shrine available. And a double kill for Pepita.
With that, Pepita will be able to TP back home and get, what, say 600 away from that Orchid? It's insane. Pretty good. And with 10 strength as the first talent, doesn't go for the 25 damage because he's actually dominating but so much. You can go for a glass cannon build and decides to go for more stats in terms of survivability, which is, I think, a good idea on cores. We'll see. Anyway, that said, Orchid also on the Nature's Prophet, that's being built, so we're going to have double Orchid. So the Storm is going to have the worst time of his life. Sounds good. And Midas Club Elite will continue his domination by trying to put some pressure onto towers now.
Well, Lelis already rotates to the mid lane, and why do you need to defend your tier 1 on the minute 14 if you actually can take 2 tier 2s instead? They already rotated 4 men on the mid lane, and fucking A is alone on the top one. And actually, that's interesting, he got a Blightstone. Oh, meanwhile, they're jumping on Cash. Poor Dragon gives up on his life, uses dual breath at least in the end. Well, meanwhile, they're actually defending this? I don't believe this. Will they get a vision? No, there will be no vision of the Nice Taco, but he managed to take the both towers. Wow, and didn't lose even tier 1. Lelis, style points, tip is out, and loses the courier to Gunner. Sneaky Storm Spirit. Instead of getting kills on the heroes, at least kill on the courier. And Queen of Pain feels like she lost her Orchid.
Okay, the core just had lost her Orchid? As in, no, she still has it. What? Actually, you're right. What happened to the? It was in the courier, right? It was entirely in the courier. They actually bought a whole new one, which is why I was so confused by this. They bought a whole new courier just to send new items. Wow, they're really confident in this game. And now they're going to go into the Storm. Unfortunately, the Orchid will not be rebought, but Gunner will still be stunned and silenced thanks to Static Storm. This is the power they have. The Micropyre deals a bit of damage, but not enough to finish off anyone. And Big Fan slowly losing this game as the push continues by Midas Club Elite.
Yep, that's the last outer tower finally falling. Which is how you're going to defend high ground. Micropyre got committed. You still got Venomancer with maxed out Plague Wards. But I think for the Midas Club Elite, they can actually try at least to crack the tower.
Well, we'll see. The tower getting hit by the dual breath. Let's see it being slowly stopped enough. Should be able to get out of here alive. In fact, it's going to be Night Stalker the objective. And everyone just leaves that lane to just go for the Night Stalker instead. They do manage to survive this engagement. I suppose Big Fan and Tower survives. But it's expensive for the Night Stalker, the double damage, and of course, no trade.
Interesting decision on the Lycan. Instead of picking up any kind of a sustain items, he fully relies on the Howl. And now goes for Desolator. Well, finish the Desolator. Wait for the Orchid on Queen of Pain, get Roche and finish the game. That's the most probable scenario for Midas Club Elite, it feels like. Oh, and there's a solo kill on Symbol from Pepita, it feels like. Yep,
he's dead. He's dead. They just found him easily, and now they're gonna go for more. Enough. A glimpse back. Do they have the Sprout? Yeah, they do. Enough range. Try to TP away. Do they have enough damage to finish him off? No, enough will actually survive. Sorry? Are they?
Yeah, it feels like my too much pressure from Pepita on the game and on my poor PC.
And we'll see if the Midas can actually finish up the game. Try to take a lane of Rax finally, because for now it seems like Big Fan at least are defending this to some degree. I mean, at what point? What are you waiting for here, Roshan? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
wait for the Roche and finish the game after that. They just need a bit of a more sustain from Pepita, get his Orchid. Everything will be golden.
Yeah, we'll see. The Roshan now being taken away. Midas putting a lot of pressure onto it. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we see Pekko. Careful. They're just putting a lot... Look, you know what's interesting about this? And it's actually the fact that the Night Stalker is gonna be... harassed just by the trains, and that's enough to actually stop him from going to Roshan. So the difference is so large right now in favor of Midas Club Elite that even little trains... Yeah, exactly. Even little trains are forcing you to go back away, because even the threat of the global lineup in Midas Club Elite is too much. And as long as they have vision of you, you're in threat of death. And Night Stalker's going to realize this very soon. As the Shapeshift comes in, uses the darkness. Okay, take away some vision. Yeah, it's fine, right? Just TP away. Nope. Charge to the face. TP. Not in time. Ooh. One last second would have done it. Like, it was microseconds away. Spirit Breaker just not fast enough. You need to go more into training. And sadly, that Greater Bash cannot go any faster because it's already maxed it.
Well, that was just a humble Night Stalker, so it's not that big of a deal. Just time to man up for Midas Club Elite. Finished another Orchid on Nature's Prophet, and after that there will be no issues for them in the game at all. It feels like with the double Orchid, no defensive items on Storm Spirit, who is nowhere close to getting his new scepter. Though, well, he needs to farm a little bit more gold. Maybe he will get it in time in 250. But Midas Club Elite are already fairly close to his to the enemy high ground. They caught Night Stalker. It's going to be a solo kill for Disruptor. They actually avenging. Oh, Disruptor tries to run away.
I don't think they can with a Sonic Wave. They already stopped the Venomancer thanks to the Orchid finishing him off. And the Holy Core goes down. Now they're strike to finish him off, and they can't kill, or they can't save this Night Stalker in time. Now Midas seems like they just want to go in. Pepita kills Cash with the thanks to the Wrath of Nature. They actually have extra damage. The Holy Core still surviving this. The Iron Shell might just finish him off, and it will. Pepita fighting with the Aegis. In comes the ball lightning. Gunner committing to this. They have to save Pepita somehow. Actually, they might not, because you can just blink away. Do they have any way to stop him? They don't. They're just gonna let him go. As fucking it comes in with a shapeshift. He gets his crits. Wants to go into the Venomancer. There's the ball lightning. Gunner just lost all of his mana though, and he will get the kill into Pepita. Very valuable kill, getting the godlike streak to his name, and they have to punish him for this, but they won't be able to as the shape's about to end. The glimpse back. Gunner, can he make it out of here? Yes, the ball lightning will save him. Fucking unable to get that important kill, and he already lost his shapeshift. And Pekko dies in the backlines. It seems to be the comeback for the guys at Big Fan, at least for now, as Lelis attacks it enough, stops him in the trees. to be able to kill him. But Lelis now being harassed by Gunner, who wants to join in, and the objective is fucking A. They hit him with the Ice Bath. Fucking A stunned for a bit too long. With the Electric Vortex, he can't go anywhere. They're gonna stop this Wolf, put him on a leash, and destroy him. As the Night Stalker tries to kill off Nature's Prophet, but Nature's Prophet starts the Dance of Doom. You know when he dances, you don't want to approach him, and they're all forced to back away.
Well, finally, a kill on the Pepita, the most important kill in the game, finally happened, and what's more important, that's a kill for Storm Spirit. He finally completed his Yule Scepter, now he knows how to deal with the Orchid, but there's going to be 2 of them. Unfortunately, he only got 1 Yule Scepter, and unless Midas Club Elite will stack up 2 Orchids on him, after Yule's there will be another one.
Yeah, that is going to be a really annoying thing to deal with, because you already have the Static Storm to begin with, so the Yule Scepter is already not that great, and on top of that you have the double Orchids, so we've talked about this in the early game. How do you really deal with that? If you're Storm, they can even use it on other heroes because they have pretty low cooldowns, and you also have, of course, the Area Silence. The Storm is going to have to go for something like a BKB, I think, this game, if he wants to really have the impact he wants.
Yeah, it would be pretty neat, especially against a Disruptor. And Pepita actually goes for a solo kill on Zingle. No, there is a help from Pekko. They're committing Static Storm, and there's going to be no buyback on Venomancer. Oh, time set desperate for this Venom. He actually goes for the Aghanim Scepter. But will it really help?
Seems like Gunner. They go on Teolikor here, actually. Teolikor will go down first. Nope. Yeah, Teolikor will go down first, but they also kill Cash as a result. Fucking A wants to avenge his teammate. He has Desolator and the Echo Saber. Oh god, Gunner just lost half his HP just with 1 hit. And with the Orchid, they're able to finish off Darkseer as well. Big Fan losing people left and right, and the only man left is K's Night Stalker with a bunch of letters. And the Yule Scepter brings him back up. Shadow Strike stops him. The Kinetic Field won't trap him, but they still have enough damage to follow this through. Pepita, offensive blink, no need, but the Glimpse brings you back, and Night Stalker flies away. Come on, fly, you beautiful bird. Sadly, the beautiful bird got shot down by Pepita's damage, and they're able to take at least 1 more lane of Rax.
Well, Gunner actually jumps in, so cocky, but he's being 1 Orchid and another one from Lilith. No, actually Gunner managed to survive. There's a cooldown on Orchid on Nature's Prophet. Feels like they actually stacked it up. Pepita dropping fairly low on the HP. Cash is fighting till the very end, yet Gunner goes on a kill on a Pekko. Oh, they're trading. Gem up for Midas Club Elite, and the death for Storm. Fucking A. Any chances to run away? There's a beautiful vacuum. Oh, it's actually going down. No, never mind. Running away using Howl. There is Night. There's a lot of HP and his own illusion of a Nature's Prophet destroying poor Wolf. Tearlicker, there is no escape for you, buddy, even with your Shadow Blade. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Midas already does his dirty deed, silencing Doxia and simply tipping away.
Just in case the vacuum might be out, because you didn't really see when the vacuum got used, or you really don't pay attention to the cooldown of the vacuum, so that's a good silence. Regardless, Midas Club Elite, unable to really pierce the high ground, huh? I mean, they have reached the wall, literally and metaphorically, and this wall is a Plague Ward's wall, where they actually have a hard time piercing the high ground. They actually don't get these proper kills because they go a bit too far and forget about the objectives, and the Lycan going for this build, it's not the most common. It's starting to pay off on him, and Lelis fighting against the Storm. He got found again, and there's a double silence. Says, hey, you silence me, I silence you, with the Electric Vortex to stop him down. This poor Nature's Prophet will lose his life. The Storm, again, regaining all those Bloodstone charges he lost earlier. Yeah,
finally a bit of a comeback, and instead of a 13k advantage for Midas Club Elite, game is starting to stabilize for a Big Fan. Yet, Gunner is fairly close to only Nature's Prophet, and it's top 4. Meanwhile, he's being charged with stun. There's another shock available, and no escape from this one.
I mean, have you seen Lycan uses Lycan form, shapeshift, and then boom, you're done. You don't even need the silence for that. And the silence actually goes to the Night Stalker. They can't find him. Pepita wants to kill him, but doesn't know how. The flying, he can't fly away right now. Ooh, he will get it, but the blink is much more effective than your flying, says Queen of Pain. I have better wings than you do, Batman, and Teolikor pushing him away. But the Night Stalker will survive this, as they're not going to commit again to that, you know, dive the tier 4s, because why not? I'm God right now. Which is a good idea. In fact, Gunner might still punish this. Regardless of your dive, he's still going to go down. Great Yule Scepter stops this Spear Breaker charge, but the blink dagger, or the blink from the Queen of Pain, will save her life eventually.
Well, that was a miracle that actually Pepita survived there. A little bit more of aggression from the side of a Big Fan, and it could have been a second death on the Queen of Pain. Unfortunately, he's unable to do his 23-0 kill streak once again in this game. He already got punished once. And now the problem for them is to go on the high ground, but the shrines are dead. Wait for the next Roche and go for the second try. With the BKB on Queen of Pain, she won't be that vulnerable, especially against the Storm Spirit, and things will be much better. She won't be affected by silence from a Night Stalker, won't suffer from a Poison Nova or Venomance, and right clicks are not that heavy from side of a big fan, let's admit that. They are relying heavily on the magical damage, and with the BKB on course, there's not that much they will be able to do anymore.
Yeah, it's true. that BKB might just stop completely the damage that big fan can put out. Both the BKBs coming out on the Queen of Pain and Lycan, right? So not only that, the lockdown you have is going to be completely gone. The Electric Vortex has been really important to stop him. And the Ice Path to some degree also stopping the Lycan from having free reign around the base and actually making this path much more predictable. So those BKBs are going to be golden, but for now they're not going to wait for them just yet to go in. Queen of Pain just, okay, she's just silences Storm. That's it. Pushing him away from the lane. Seems like it's a wise choice not to engage just yet, because you do want to wait for those BKBs. And meanwhile, Nature's Prophet, what is he building up? A Scythe of Dice. Already to stop the Storm. Extra stuns, why not? You already have 2 silences. A stun is also very useful.
What do you actually think about this Lincoln's Field and the Storm Spirit? So, I guess you don't really want to be charged, but okay, there's going to be double Orchid, plus Hex, plus plenty of things to cancel your Lincoln Sphere, at least a Shadow Strike, for example.
Oh, what did I just see? What did I just do? Okay, sorry, that was just a taunt. I thought that was a weird skill. Gunner got hit. I'm too poor to see these taunts. And Charge the Darkness actually gets stopped with a Spirit Breaker. Did he have a gem or something? Oh, yeah, he did. I'll explain. Those Yule Scepters have been on point, by the way, stopping the Spirit Breaker. Really good. That's a really, almost like he has a script. That's how good he's looking. That's a very good reaction time. Of course, obviously not.
Well, luckily, with the reduced night vision for the Midas Club Elite, Night Stalker managed to get away with the ward, and Pekka probably was wondering, what the hell? How did this ward appear here? Oh, Gunner, the sneaky one, not only running around cleaning the creep waves, but also placing wards in my jungle.
Yeah, pretty good warding. I like that they're putting the Storm on the warding when you have 2 supports that are quite weak and they don't really ward too well right now. You have to use the Storm a bit more efficient. That's why he's keeping the gem as well, as opposed to giving it to the Night Stalker. You just have to give him the ward and try to get the offensive vision up somehow so that Gunner can actually carry your game for you. Because nobody else in your team can really do much. I mean, the Venomancer is really far behind. Even with his Midas, we talked about earlier that his Midas is okay. He's gone for a really poor man's Venomancer build. Going for the Aghanim straight up, trying to amplify that magical damage. That's going to be destroyed by the BKBs and Midas Club Elite now.
Yeah, there are already 2 BKBs up from the side, plus Cheese, plus Aegis, and now there is nothing can really stop Midas Club Elite even before. With this all of this magical damage from side of a big fan, it was hard to crack high ground, but this double BKB on Lycan and Queen of Pain, well, I don't know. Only a miracle can save a big fan from a loss in this one.
And careful, Gunner is actually being charged. The Wrath of Nature also hits him, and there's the Queen of Pain joining in. He has a blink. Oh, charge. No, not gonna find him. In fact, enough with a Yule Scepter brings him up. Shadow Strike with a silence as well, and he dispels all of that, of course. But then the strike won't be dispellable. He's just gonna go down anyway. Second Orchid just to show off, and everyone else from this team decides to TP. Wise choice.
Well, there is no buyback on Dox here, and that's pretty important. Yeah, what happened?
How did this happen? We were at 10k a couple minutes ago, and I just saw 17k. I just looked down, looked back up. Where did that difference come from?
Well, Roche.
Roche? Is that it? Really?
Right.
Okay. Venomancer, silenced. Macro Ball Lightning. They actually might be able to kill Papita. No, but they go for the Earthshaker, the Spirit Breaker first. The BKB from Papita saves her life. However, she already lost her buddy. She has the Aegis. There's a Silent Storm Spirit turned into a pig, hexed up, and can they get ham for dinner? Yes, they will. As Papita gets the final hit, the Ice Path finding him stunned out. And Papita will have to lose her life, but of course she's an Aegis, so she's perfectly fine. Turn back in, blinks away, Venomous Gale won't hit, Pekko still fighting against Night Stalker, don't go too close, Kinetic Field to zone him out, and in the end, yes, the Glimpse will bring back the Night Stalker, but in this situation, that Orchid will come a bit too late. Fucking M, meanwhile in the bottom lane was trying to do some split pushing, but that didn't really result in anything.
That was a pretty sweet combination of spells, so there was a flying, hasted pig with a dagger in her back. That's not a thing you will see every day, but it looks very tasty with the poisonous dagger in the back. That's a dangerous dinner, I must admit. But big fan, even though they lost Ghana, they're... all this set of Rexes are actually up. Only one tier 3 is missing, and Aegis is gone on Queen of Pain.
Yeah. That is unfortunate, so they give her the cheese. It's almost like they heard you exactly. It's like, ah, actually, I forgot about this. Here, take cheese, because Lycan has much more regen. I agree with this. Lycan has an insane strength gain per level, one of the highest in the game, only second to, I believe, Centaur, among maybe one more hero. And the Queen of Pain herself needs a cheese much more. She's diving anyway. The Lycan has pretty much dedicated himself to split pushing. I want to see on fucking A is one more item to help him out. Maybe a Assault Harass. And now they go, Shapeshift, ready. Must fight against the Night Stalker. That's the first objective. The Echo Saber's slowing him down. They don't even need the glimpse. He should be able to kill him. The Courier as well just shows himself, meaning there's something here. Okay, they must know. What? No, okay. If you see a Courier going that way, you think there's someone being delivered, but the Courier would actually just go into the secret shop for like a suicidal trip. For no reason. That means no Courier for them.
And there is a Basher up on Lycan, even more lockdown from side of a Midas Club Elite. BKB, nowhere close. On Storm Spirit, he still tries to go for a Lincoln Sphere, but why? I mean, I understand that Nether Strike, for example, goes through the Magic community and bashes are still working, yeah, but you don't want to, you want to be silenced, you want to be hexed, you're kind of an immortal for the 10 seconds, at least for the first 10 seconds, unless you're running into the Spirit Breaker and getting first hit bashed. This is an unfortunate scenario, but hey, that doesn't happen that much.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think they can actually... I mean, that BKB is going to be huge. Oh, it is going to be huge once he decides to use it, because for now he hasn't really been able to do much with it. They haven't really been able to hit any hits, and the Echo Saber is already enough to... Without the Basher, you already have the Echo Saber to stop most heroes, unless for the Storm, right? And he has not only first hit bash, but technically his second hit bash too, because of course you have the Echo Saber for the double hit, so more chances of that. Anyway.
Well, if you think about this from a mathematical point of view, for 2.1k gold, you're actually getting the same amount of strength plus additional mana spells. But Lycan on the bottom lane uses BKB and chewing the Rexes.
Static Storm though stops the Venomancer. He's stuck. He silenced the ball lining to find the Lycan. They want to finish off this little wolf, but he's running way too fast. And now Gunner, without any mana, he's been trapped. It's actually a trap the whole time as they just go onto him. Everyone ganging up on this poor little piggy, and the animal abuse is real as they destroy the Storm. Papita, meanwhile, in the mid lane, actually goes into 3 with a BKB. He's very confident. Zingle will be the last one, well, the first one to die here as Venomancer loses his life. Nether Strike will not find anyone as he just used it earlier. So in the end, Queen of Pain has to eat her cheese a bit too early. Papita has to run away with a blink. And it does seem like Teolikor will be now chased down, and the Void is available. They slow him down. The Dust to see him, but Teolikor will go down regardless. They have enough damage for him. The Glimmer Cape won't save him there, and Kinetic Field just prevents 2 of them to going on the Queen of Pain. She still has the Yule Scepter. She has to dispel that silence, and regardless, they are able to at least take the range Rex in the bottom lane. Not able to take anything else but a tier 3 at top. I mean, they're still struggling trying to TP, or trying to get those kills. By the way, Lettuce, they see you. These don't block vision, man. He's just been there, seeing the Night Stalker. Actually couldn't see him because of the darkness. And yeah, he'll just end up going away in time.
Well, Midas Club Elite realized they can't really 5 versus 5 against the big fan. Oh, meanwhile, on the mid lane, fucking A. Outrunning Ghana with his ball of lightning, plus there is Peko already up with the glimpse. Well, you know, they did a very smart thing. They split the fight in 2 parts, and while Lycan, you know, it's some kind of a mind games, because when you're choosing between a Nature's Prophet and the main carry to kill you, most likely will go for a Lycan. Yeah, because this is a sweet kill, especially if he's alone. So they were 2 mana on the top lane and only a Lycan solo on the bottom lane. But she got a BKB, and there is no control over BKB so far from side of a big fan. So if Lycan is not being chain stunned, he's completely fine. Meanwhile, Papita goes on a kill on a Venomancer.
Oh, careful. They still see him though, so he can run away how much as he wants, man. It doesn't really matter to him as charge comes in anyway. Poison Nova used, but that's a suicide bombing Poison Nova. Enough also find out with the Nether Strike. He's gonna surge himself away. Papita wants to go onto him. One last hit will do the trick as Sonic Wave. Oh, sorry, Scream of Pain will finish him off. However, in this mid lane, bottom lane, they already lost the Rax anyway. Lettuce pushing down the top lane as well with Nature's Call. Enough trains to destroy a whole lane of Rax. And the Lycan in the mid lane decides to do the job for him as well, as they take down the 2 lanes at the same time, this coordination is supreme by this team as Midas don't want to lose fucking air. There's the vacuum, electric vortex, static storm to stop the storm from running away. Kinetic field actually catches him in, but the objective is the racks and not anything else, and they actually finish off the racks while they also go on against enough. They hex the storm spirit and let us still fighting pretty hard hitting as the orchid is used onto the storm spirit, silencing him down, and the storm spirit will lose his no, actually surviving just barely. There's the ball lining, and they also hit him with a sprout. Nice Stalker stuck in, and he will lose his life. Here comes Steel Decor onto Gunner. They don't really need this after all. They already lost the Mega Creeps anyway. Silenced up, and the Storm Spirit has to use Yule Scepter defensively. Where's the Spirit Breaker able to charge up? No, he can't. They actually kill the Storm before he can do anything. And the Rod of Athos will stop a Pita, but he can dispel with a BKB. Goes in, stops the Night Stalker. He's been silenced, taking too much damage. They kill the Cure already, and the Lycan falling through, trying to kill the Night Stalker and the Darkseer, and he'll kill both at the same time. The GG will be brought out as they finish off the Storm Spirit. That's gonna be a team wipe, double team wipe actually, together with Barracks wipe, and of course, a game wipe itself.
22-1 on Papita in the end of the game, yet there is a death, but the game was hard, and I must admit that Big Fan were defending the high ground as much as they could, but at some point it feels like the advantage, the net worth advantage from Midas Club Elite was just literally superior, plus you're playing against Lycan and Nature's Prophet, so as soon as you lose one set of Raxes, it's just a matter of time when you will lose the rest. The game was good, but the better game is going to be in a matter of 10 minutes or so. Thunder Awaken against the SG. Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Peru versus Brazil face off once again in this next game of the best of two, and we'll be coming back shortly with that second game. Of course, before we do so, I'll ask to give us a little bit of a shout out to our sponsor, XBet. Thank you for making this tournament possible. And if you guys did enjoy the cast, feel free to follow us on Twitter at DSwordfish or at Vätte Dota. We'll put those links in the description in a couple, well, actually now, just with a delay. And we'll come back very shortly with game number 2 in just 13 minutes away. Enjoy some tunes while we wait. See you guys then.